Lady Lily back with another video, and this is the Housewives of Potomac review, Season 3, Episode 7, Blue Skies, Blue Eyes. So this episode picks back up with the ladies back at the table. Candace and Giselle, as you know, last week was back and forth with it. And Ashley just stood up and said, you know what, ladies, let's try to squash this. We got a lot more days to spend together, and let's just go and see the rest of the house. So the ladies take a tour, and while they're doing that, they are picking out their rooms. It seemed like these rooms are definitely much better than what the ladies had to deal with when they went to that first trip with Ashley back in season 1. So, Ashley, she picks her room, which is the master, because she says she want to be nude and she want to sunbathe. And then, of course, Karen, being who she is, it's like she picks the second biggest room. So, the rooms are not bad. They're showing the different rooms. They actually are not bad. Monique, I tell you, Monique is like, these rooms are smaller than my master bedroom, but as long as the sheets are clean and I can take a nap, I'm good. So the ladies are settling into their rooms. They're calling their families. And Karen and Giselle's is pretty much recapping on what the hell that just happened. Karen and Giselle both felt like that Candace was very disrespectful to Charisse, and they feel like she owes Charisse an apology. Meanwhile, Candace is settling in the room. I guess she's sharing a room with Monique. And she was just saying how in her confessional she's overwhelmed and she's actually ready to order a car and get the hell out of there. But she ends up calling Chris and she tells him what happens. And, he's pretty much saying, don't let nobody talk to you any type of way. Don't let nobody disrespect you in any type of way. While she's on the phone with that, Ashley and Monique overhear the conversation. And they was pretty much, Candace is talking very loud. And Monique was like, I told her she needs, had to check it at the beginning. And Monique was like, she feels like she is in the middle because she likes Candace and, she feel like they, get along, but Charisse is her good girlfriend. But Monique, you don't realize you started this mess in the beginning, getting in the middle on the bus, talking your trash. So Monique pretty much started this crap in the first place. So, she was just saying, okay, let me see what she said. She's in the okay. Then she said, she pretty much asked Candace, can you pretty much get off the phone because you're kind of loud and I would like to take a nap. So Ashley is going around. She's delivering everybody's luggage because, ain't no bellhops around. And she takes some bags down to Giselle and Karen. And she noticed there's a piece of luggage that has the initials SHA. So she assumed, she said, oh, this must be, Sherman's luggage. You're using Sherman's luggage. And Giselle was like, no. And then Karen's like, maybe that's Candace. And they said, maybe that's Candace's mama luggage. And then they start busting out laughing crazy. Just crazy. Monique is telling Candace she just needs to be careful. She don't want to get, isolated too early because she's new to these ladies. Candace says she feels like she, has been very upfront and transparent and down to earth, which she has. She's really, fun, outgoing type of person. And she said, she was raised, to respect people. And she said she was raised to, get respect. And she just feel like the girls are just, stepping out of bounds with her. Giselle is FaceTiming Sherman, and this time Sherman does not respond. So Giselle's like, what is going on? Because she said since her and Sherman have been together, they pretty much talk all the time, every day. So for her to go on this trip, and I guess she was just checking in to see, let them know that I'm here, I'm good or whatnot. She finds it kind of odd. So I feel like Giselle feel like she might be at a little crossroads with her relationships. Stay tuned on that. The ladies are getting dressed to go to the main resort part for dinner. Giselle had this nice jumpsuit on, very nice, really clinging to her figure. And I was in love with the jacket that Robin had on. It was like a pink sequence. I mean, that Robin could dress her butt off. You know, she working on financial issues, but she stayed fly working on her financial issues. But I really like how Robin dressed. When Robin dress up, she dress up. You know, a lot of days is t-shirt and her hair pulled back and she dealing with two boys. But when she cleans up, she really, really cleans up. The ladies, the ladies are going to, like I said, the ladies are going to the main part of the resort to take part of a 4-course dinner. And the ladies are going around ordering their food and, you know, making their selections. Ashley is like just engrossed in her phone. She's deeply invested in her phone. And, you know, the lady get to her to that part. I guess Karen wanted her to, you know, help her, you know, select a dessert. But Ashley was like being, you know, disengaged. And then, you know, even the lady said, "Excuse me, miss." And then Ashley's like, "Sorry," you know, she'll order whatever. And then Ashley said that she got a text from her mom. And they showed a snap, you know, they showed the image of the text message. And pretty much Ashley's mother is asking for $500. Now, this is the same, you know, situation where Ashley was giving her close to $4,500 a month. And her mom is still coming back asking for money. So Ashley was like, it shows in the text message, you know, "Can I have $500? And then Ashley said, "Well, where are we at with the living situation? What progress has been made?" So Giselle is asking Ashley, you know, how is her and Mike and the mom situation. And Ashley stated that her mom got to move out the house next week, and she has not a clue of where her mom is going. And she said, you know, she has to, you know, cut mom off, or she's saying, you know, pretty much Michael is saying he's gonna leave her at this point. And then Giselle is saying, you know, Robin was saying, you know, finances and financial situations can ruin a marriage, and it also can cause a lot of stress. And then Giselle was like, you know, what mom will put her child through that, you know, situation? But you'd be surprised, y'all, like seriously, all jokes aside, I have seen a lot of parents burden their kids financially. You would just be amazed how, you know, even some of the college students I work with, they don't have a lot of money. Some of them working odd jobs to try to pay tuition or just make ends meet, or they may get a refund check. And I have seen students who needed their money to buy books and fend for themselves for the semester, and they had their parents pulling at them, asking them to give up their refund checks to give to them or contribute to the house or whatnot. And, you know, I always say I was kind of fortunate when I went off to college because my parents really didn't want me to work. I mean, I begged to get a job, and I had a little simple desk job, but whatever money I made in college, that was my money. You know, my mom said she could never fathom taking the little money I made in college, or if I got a refund check, which was very rare. I might get one or two in my whole college career. She said she would have never like asked for, you know, me to give up that money to give to her. You know, her and my dad worked for the most part and always, you know, managed to make things, you know, make it happen. But she said she just couldn't fathom putting, you know, me through that. So back to the show. Ashley breaks down the activities for the next day. So the next day is going to be, you know, more outdoorsy type activities. So one group is going to go to clay pigeon shooting. The other one's going to flying fish. So they're going to split up, and, you know, certain girls want to do certain activities. So Karen said she is harboring a lot of feelings from last year. She said she don't appreciate Giselle calling Ray out. She said she feel like everybody has something to say about her man. You know, the girl's like, "Oh, that's not true. I thought we got over this." And then, you know, good old Bravo goes back to flashback, showing, you know, Karen in the shirt, and showing Giselle in the shirt, and showing how Sharice was calling Ray the broke Bill Gates. So Robin said, you know, what did Giselle, you know, what do Giselle need to apologize for? Is it for the Uncle Ben? What else? Karen's like, don't go there. And then Robin said again, and she said, Karen told her to she said, shut the beep up. And she said, you need to grow up and grow some panties. So Robin said, this is too much, and Karen is too old for this drama. And then Karen called her a dizzy bee. I'm trying to keep it YouTube friendly. At the table, and Karen was like, I'm mad. And then Robin said she has no respect, for people who call people a bee. So Karen said she did apologize, but she was saying, that they owe, Ray pretty much an apology. So the ladies are back at the house. It's at the dinner because Ashley's like, you know what? Y'all keep bringing all these dessert and stuff out. Pull the plug on this and let's, go back to the house. So the girls are pretty much, winding down. They're drinking. They're in the jacuzzi. And then Karen was like, we'll hang out. Me and Sharice will hang out with y'all for a little bit, but we'll have to go to bed. It is day 2 of the Nia Coleman trip, and the girls are getting ready for the outdoor excursion. Monique said she feel like she developed a little whiplash from the actual incident. And she said, well, she's lucky that's all she developed because it could have been much worse. Sharice said that Karen and her stayed up all night talking, and she revealed something to Sharice that she feel like she was shocked that she told us, and I guess it's going to come out later on in life. So the girls split up to do the activities. We have Robin, Ashley, and Candace. They went to go do the shooting, and then it was Karen, Giselle, Sharice, and Monique. They went to do the fishing. Monique has a passion for fishing. She says something that her and her husband Chris really enjoys to do. So the girls, they're doing the activities on the shooting side. Everybody is like pretty much shooting, hitting their targets at first, except for Ashley. Ashley was missing all her targets, and she said, well, maybe I got to put somebody's face, on the target for me to actually hit it, because she kept missing several shots. And she envisioned like her mom's boyfriend. All of a sudden, she boom, boom. She started, popping all the hitting all the targets. On the other side, at first, they started going out to fish, and Karen's acting like she's too good. And Giselle's like, when did she get raised up on the farm? And yeah. So Karen was bringing up Sherman, and Giselle said she don't know what's going on with Sherman. And she said in her confessionals that she was really not ready to talk to the ladies about him because she don't know where they at, and they're at the crosswords. The fish crew end up settling down to take in some lunch, and it comes up that Karen keeps asking Giselle, is she gonna apologize to Ray? And then the confessional, Giselle said, I am not apologizing for the black broke Bill Gates. Giselle then say, Sharice then say like her and Karen was up all night talking and whatever, and she said she's going to set her up on a date with Blue Eyes. And then she said, I'm not fixing you up with Blue Eyes because Blue Eyes, he is married. And then how Giselle was saying there is a rumor that's popping up by Ashley's stepbrother that he saw Karen and Blue Eyes at the restaurant Oz in a compromising position. So we'll hold that thought right there. The ladies are moving into the ropes course. Ashley said that she is, concerned about Monique because she crashed her car, and she had mentioned something about she think Monique had like 4 drinks. Ashley is hoping that the team building activity will bring the girls together because, pretty much if you're in a life or death situation or your life is online, you usually can band together and come together for the common good. So the girls start the ropes course. Giselle and Karen are scary cats. They talking about they want to sit this out. They don't want to do it, but then they decide to do the activity. But they go the scary cat route, and they only do the course that is 4 feet high. Meanwhile, the rest of the girls are like 40 feet high. So it's just showing them going through the obstacle course, leaning on one another, finding support in one another. and it turns out to be a successful event. Even Robin was saying, she was, enjoying Ashley's company and feel like she was getting to know her better and felt like they might be in a good place. It is dinner time, and the ladies will be dining within their own home. Ashley is talking to Michael, and he is asking her, how is the trip going? And Ashley was saying, she's feeling a little nostalgic because this is the same place that her grandfather took her, and she was just saying, this place is not cheap. And she realized that her grandparents worked, really hard to make sure she had, that type of experience. And it's in that moment she realized that, man, I was with my grandparents a lot because my her mother was always, putting, her relationships before Ashley. And Ashley said, you know what? I think it's time for me to start putting my relationship first. My mom, as I was growing up, she always put me on the back burner for her relationships. Maybe now it's time for me to do the same. So the ladies are, sitting down to the table, and they was, saying that Monique was really playing seeds in both Sharice and Candace's heads. She kind of started that whole debacle because if she hadn't said nothing had taken place. The discussion led to Candace giving Sharice an apology. It was a misunderstanding, and like I said, she said she didn't mean to say Shady B, to be malicious. It was just her making a reference in a comment. It was a joke. So they apologized. Karen said, cut it. Let's move on. So Robin said she wanted to make sure that Monique was okay because she had heard that she had, 4 drinks before the crash. And then Monique was like, I didn't have no 4 drinks. She said, I only had 2. And Monique said that she had 2 martinis, and then she had tasted a Moscow Mule, but she didn't like it. So she ended up ordering, that's how she ended up doing the martinis. But she really didn't have 4 drinks. And Karen was saying, there is a 0 tolerance in the state of Maryland. And Karen states that she had a DUI, and she said you don't want to, blow and throw away your future. So she said she tell anybody it's not worth it. And Monique's like, why would I put myself in jeopardy, and I got 2 young kids? She pretty much saying she was overwhelmed and she was tired and she got all these different things going on. She did not bring up the miscarriage, but she was just saying she's simply exhausted and don't have enough rest. Then Karen turns to Ashley to address the Blue Eyes situation. And Ashley said, saying do you and Ray has an arrangement? Have you been physical with Mr. Blue Eyes? And then Karen said, have you been, has Michael been physical with the guy in London? Because they were saying, Michael was out, dabbling with gay guys. And then Ashley said, I know for a fact my husband did not get involved with that guy. And she said, they said, well, how Ray feels about all the rumors. She said, Ray, he hates the rumors. He despises it. He wish it would just stop and cut it out. Then Sharice said to Karen, she said, in our talk last night after the girls had went to bed and we was continuing our conversation with drinks, you mentioned that Ray asked you for a divorce. She said, asked you for a divorce. Is that true? And then Karen paused and she said, yes. And then that was pretty much the episode. So we're going to see what happened next week. So Karen, I don't know if this is like a fake, cliffhanger for us to tune back next week. But Karen said, yes, Ray had asked her for a divorce. So we should see. It should pick up next week too, because it looks like Ashley and her mother is going to get into it. It looks like Robin and Monique probably finna go down and battle. And then we're going to see what the update is with Karen and this whole divorce situation. So this is Sunday evening. I hope you mothers out there had a lovely Mother's Day. Mothers, grandmothers, aunts, godmothers, whoever served in the capacity of motherhood. Hopefully you got blessed. You had an awesome weekend, awesome day, or whatever you did to celebrate. My prayers go out to those whose mothers are no longer, walking the earth and they're heavily bound. So I pray for those, because today was kind of hard. I saw a lot of Facebook posts, and it was kind of hard for people who mothers are not around. And then there's some people say they just disconnect for the whole weekend because they just can't take the posts and stuff. And my prayers also goes out to those mothers who lost their kids, who their kids are dwelling, in heaven, in heaven. So, I went to a funeral on Friday of my one of my former students, and I just thought that was the hardest thing to see a mother have to lay to rest her child a few days before Mother's Day. It was just really, really hard. And the fact that, I just kind of lost it myself. The football coach from our university came. He was on the football team, and he presented her with the jersey and his game jersey and his football helmet. And she just took it and just said, "My baby," and she broke down. And that just tore us all up. Because they had a pre-pass prior to the service. So that just did, God, it was just really emotional. You cannot be that tough as nails and not felt that, moment, or just not got saddened by that moment. So I'm praying for the Hunter family. So that is it. That's all. Stay tuned for more videos. Hopefully this week be a blessed and prosperous week. Stay tuned.